everyone, my name is Mackie. Welcome to Mackie Really Reads. I hope everybody's well, everyone's safe, and everybody has been reading great books. If you have or if you are been reading a great book, don't forget to drop it down in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my ever growing TBR. So today's video is going to be my July and August reading wrap up. I do have a little audience today. My niece's daughter. She's not my niece. Technically, we grew up like sisters, so she's my sister. But I mean, technically, she's my niece. She's my sister's daughter. But she's my sister in my heart. My sister's daughter is watching me, and I told her to be quiet. She's like interested in all these lights and stuff, and I'm just like, okay. But she's doing a good job. She's being very quiet, right, Little? Did you hear that? Say hi, Little.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Say it.
Hi guys.
She's the cutest ever. Okay, so the first book. Wait, let me put this down.
6.5 hours later.
So the first book that I did read is Demon's Dream by Elle Kyson. This was my first time reading this author, and I will say it might be my last. Hear me out. I am a lover of dark romance, okay? Let me explain this book. It's a black romance, right? Love that. I love black romances. It is dark, like really dark, like trauma. It's triggering. It's just like, it's dark, and not like dark as in haunting Adeline dark as in emotions, just like mental wise, you know what I mean? Let me explain this book. This book is about, his name is Damien, but his nickname is Demon, and he is, I wouldn't say it's the mafia because it's not really considered the mafia, but he's in that syndicate, the criminal syndicates, and he is the guy that gets the job done, that gets his hands dirty, you know what I'm saying? And he is heartless, to say the least. Then we have Dream. She is the eldest of her family. She is just like good. She gets all the good grades. She's always behaving. She's just like a good girl. She's literally a dream, right? Demon and Dream. So a Dream's brother gets married to Demon's cousin, and he didn't do it in a way that was appropriate for their traditions or the way that they do things. So he knows he's gonna get punished. So Dream says, we'll just go meet up with her family and we'll figure this out, because we can't let them execute you. We don't want that. Like, no one wants that, right? And so, as you would imagine, the girl's father is very upset. And he's like, you ruined my daughter's reputation. She was set to marry someone else, someone that is of bigger stature, that is more worthy for her than your bum ass brother, which is true, by the way. But anyways, I digress. And yeah, he says, since you ruined my daughter's reputation, I'm gonna ruin Dream's reputation. And she has to be with Demon for 30 days, with him every single day. You know what I mean when I say with him. And he is so heartless. Like, it's insane. Like, I don't know how I feel. I just didn't like it. It was just too much. He's in a headspace where everyone is the enemy. Even she's the enemy. He's like rude and mean. Like, I just don't like rude and mean people. It's just like it's like the worst thing in life. If you are a rude or mean person, please stay away from me. Because either two things is gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna cuss you out, right? Or I'm gonna cuss you out. Or three, I think I might just stay away from you, because you are just that horrible person that I feel like I literally need to stay away from you. And this is how I feel about this book. I just could not. Dream deserves better. I know he has issues, and yeah, he did try and go to therapy and all that, but yeah, it's dark. But if you like dark romance, like, if you like what's this girl that wrote this book, what is it? Jen from the Book Road Fridge really likes this book. I'll put the book up But if you like her vibes, I think you like this book. I think that's like a big I think. So yeah. Then I read Funny Feelings. Read is a loose term. It's a loose term because I am like 150 pages into this book. Wait, no, where am I? I am 128, somewhere here, right? And I just don't know if I should continue with it. So I'm thinking I want to DNF this book. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's funny. It's more like it's just not my humor. I don't really find it funny. She's a great girl and he's a great guy, but it's fake dating. And we all know I don't like fake dating. It's just too much lies. It's unnecessary. It's not necessary. Even though at this point I feel like they fake dating actually makes sense. Like there's a reason why they fake dating. And sometimes most books that I've read with fake dating, it makes no sense. It's like, why are you lying to people? Like, I hate lies. I hate liars. And I don't know. They are funny. I don't know. Tell me if you like this book, if I should continue. It's not that bad. But after Demon's Dream, I was like, I can't. I need to fully love a book. So let me know if I should continue to read this book or I should just completely DNF it. Yeah. Then I read Halo by Gray Huffington. This is the second book in the Domino Effect. It's a novella, so you have to read Ledge first and then read Halo because it's the couple's book. It was a cute 3-star romance. Literally less than 100 pages, I think. Fun. Great to be back in their world. And yeah, Gray Huffington is always a good time. She's like, literally, she's like the perfect cup of coffee. That's what she's like. Her writing is like that. It's like curling up when it's raining and you have this big cup of coffee and you're reading your favorite book. I love Gray Huffington. Her writing is impeccable. It is impeccable. Like, I'm telling you right now, her writing is impeccable. The vibes are giving. If you have not read Gray Huffington, you are missing out on life. Like, you are severely missing out on reading really good romances. Then I read this really good book. It's called Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. She is such a good writer as well. Like, I love her writing. It's always so emotional. It's always so good. So at the beginning of this book, we have Asher. He rescues his brother from a fire. I think they live in like a trailer or something, and then he is like 17 years old. He's a couple of months away from being of age, and he's like, if we go to the cops, if we get help, they're gonna split us apart and we're gonna be in different homes and stuff, and he doesn't want that. So he takes it upon himself to take care of his brother, and that's how the book starts. And then we are in the first chapter with Faith. She is a party girl. She's very smart and she's very good at her job, but she is flaky. She cannot be trusted. And do I blame her or what? Do I blame the people that she's with? I think it's both. She does not have the best of people around her. Her friends just like, it's those friends that know like you're doing something bad, but they don't have the nerve to tell you. They just like let her ruin her life secretly. They're kind of jealous of you and they don't like you. So you need to stay away from people or friends that cannot be like, listen, what you're doing is not okay. So that's a little advice I have for you guys. So Faith is just, she doesn't like the life that she's living. She's always having one night stands and she's always partying. She's always late to meetings. She's just never at the top of her game, but she gets the job done. But she's like, this has always been my life. Do I want it to continue? Why not? But then she gets offered to be part of the company, like part of the firm, like somehow she's gonna be part of the firm or something. And we don't really trust you. You flaky. Yes, you get the job done. You get millions of dollars, but we don't know if we can trust you. So you're gonna go take a break and you're gonna like just live a different life for a month or a couple of weeks, and you're gonna come back to us and let us know, like, can you handle it? Can you be the person we need you to be as we want to be a partner? And she goes, Wait, okay. I desperately need this as well. This is a wake up call that I've also wanted. So she goes to Hawaii and she meets Asher. I think like the first or second day. She breaks her ankle and he helps her. He's one of the EMTs or something like that, and he helps her around. He's just always there to help her. He doesn't take no for an answer. He's like, you can barely walk, like, sis, you don't even know where you are, I'm just gonna help you. And it is so cute. He is like adorable and hands-on, but he's not really bossy, but he's like, no, I don't think you should do this, you should do that. And it's so comforting and warm, and I just love this book so much. And we also have this element of a long distance relationship. How will they make it work? She lives in Seattle, he lives in Hawaii. What's gonna happen, you know? But it was so beautiful, but it was really sad as well. Ooh. Then I read Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. Look how beautiful this book is. This book is absolute perfection. It is the prettiest book I have ever had. Literally, yes, it's pink, and I may be biased. I mean, look at me. But this book is so beautiful. The book, however, the words in here, the story that is in here is not that good, I will say. So this book is about Raphael and Ellie. It is a small town romance. He's a billionaire. And she's a nanny as well. There was just something off about these two characters and their connection. I think their connection was solid, right? However, them as individuals, it wasn't enough for me to actually even really like them, or for me to be like, yeah, like they're really good people, they're great and stuff. But it wasn't something that was like really in your face, but there was something off about this book. Or maybe it was me that was off, I don't know. I highly doubt it, but I just didn't really like it as I did the first one. There's just something off with them. I can, like, Raphael is trying, I get it, he's a billionaire, but I don't know, bruv, this wasn't the book for me. Then the next book that I did read is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, and this book was perfection. The saddest book, well, it's not the saddest books I've ever read, but it is pretty sad. This book is a love triangle. I've been loving love triangles. I think this is the second or third one of this year, and I gave all of them 5 stars. I love love triangles. I blame Edward, Jacob, and Bella. I blame them. And yeah, this book gave exactly what it needed to give. It is absolute perfection. She is a stunner. Do not sleep on her. Do not ever sleep. I had this book for a very long time. I had this book for over a year, and it was just sitting there, and I didn't want to read it because there was a hype on it, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I also wasn't in the right like mood for this book, so I'm glad I didn't really push myself to read it. But I love this book so much. So this book starts off with Ariana and what's his name, Chad. He's literally irrelevant. He's like irrelevant. I don't like him. Like just like the fur. I don't know what it is. Call it my intuition, or call it like she's a very good writer, but I knew from the get-go, like, I don't like him. Ariana, stay away from him, girl. He is her brother's best friend as well. Her brother and her are twins. She doesn't really like how her brother is always so possessive and protective of her, so she's like, if only I got the chance to just be with him and without my brother complaining or like being protective of us or threatening to beat him up or anything like that, maybe he would want me or want to be with me. It kind of gives like, what I call it, the kissing booth, where they go to like this, they have this beach house and like all their friends just go there and they just hang out and stuff. But then we meet Noah, and he's God sent. Literally all the Noahs of this world are literal perfection. If your name is Noah, you're probably an angel, and he was an angel. This is like the best romances ever. And mind you, they're in college, right? They are supposed to be like toxic and stuff, but like they are perfect for each other. And I love this book. I love the third act. I know a lot of people don't really like it because they were like, it's trauma dumping, it's too much. I felt like it was perfect. I feel like something had to give, and it gave. It was perfect. Even though it was excruciatingly painful, might I add, you did not have to humble us and like literally beat us into a pulp like that, Miss Brandy. Like, how dare you? Like, what did we do to deserve that? Damn, like, you, wow. Thank you for all those tears, might I add. Thank you very much. You did write a great book, but I mean, did you really have to do us like that? Really just dog us and like kick us while we down, give us food poisoning on top of a fever? Did you really have to do that? You did. But did you give? Yes. Did you give 5 stars? Hell yes. Hell yes, ma'am. Hell yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And that was it that I read for all of July. Then I started reading in August, reading Scoundrel of My Heart, which I'm still reading it. I'll let you know why I'm still reading it. I read this book while I'm on the road, while I'm driving. Well, not I'm driving, my uncle will be driving. So I will be reading it while we are going to and from places for work. So it is great. I love it so much. It is amazing. It is amazing. I see why this book is so loved. Yeah, I love Lorraine Heath. She's one of my favorite historical romance writers. We have Lord Griffith and Lady Catherine. So Lord Griffith is the spare, you know how people say the heir, the spare, and the I don't care. That's very rude, by the way. How dare you say that about children? I just did that as well. But Lady Catherine, she is best friends with Lord Griffith's sister. This book does take a turn. Like, I read it at the back, but I didn't like, I was like, that was like a sharp turn, you know what I mean? That was a sharp turn. I'm loving it. I'm loving how they just long for each other. They really want each other. They really long for each other. They have an undeniable chemistry and love and respect, and I love it. And I love who Lord Griffith is turning out to be. Yes, be the bad guy. Be the bad guy. You know what? Someone needs to be the bad guy sometimes. And you know, he's fully invested, and I love it. You know? I love it. I know it's gonna be a happily ever after. I expect that from Lorraine Heath. So yeah, I think this will be 5 stars. I will let you know in the next reading wrap up. I read Brutalize Me by Michelle Hurd. This is the 3rd book in the Corrupted Royal series. This one is about Armani and Tiana. Armani, like, that name sounds so expensive. Oh my goodness, like, it's like the hottest, most expensive name ever in life. So Armani is best friends with the first guy that we meet in the first book, right? What is it called? Destroy Me. And the first book, he is about to die, the brother that is, and he's like to Armani, you need to promise that whatever happens to me, whether I die, whether I live, you will take care of my sister and you will marry her. So it is an arranged marriage. Tiana has been living with some family. Do they really treat her well? Not necessarily, but she has nowhere else to go. She's an orphan, and her brother is trying to make it in the mafia world so he can be a good, you know, provider and brother and everything that he can for Tiana. So Armani and Tiana do meet and they get married, and it is so lovely. I love this book so much. It gave Italy, it gave vibes, it gave sangrias, it gave pasta, it gave all the vibes. I just love it. It just felt like When Heroes Fall, not in like the emotional capacity, but just like the vibes of it all. It's just like, oh, Italy, it was just literally so amazing. I love this book. I loved how all she wanted to do was just be a good wife and a good mother, and I appreciate that. You know, not every heroine has to be a badass, you know. I love the dynamic. I loved it so much. It's amazing. Love it. I gave it 5 stars. It's actually my favorite book in the series. Well, I'm on the 3rd one. I've yet to see what Possess Me feels like, but I'm a little scared for that one. But anyways, after Brutalize Me, I was in such a mafia mood. I just started reading the first books, like in the Sinner series. I had not read that series. I don't know why. I just felt like, I don't know, like from the first book, the synopsis, it just didn't give what it was supposed to give. I was like, hell no, this just sounds wrong. I don't want to do this. I don't want another The Forbidden vibes. But it didn't give that. Was it my favorite book of the series? No. But did I like it? Yes, I did. It made me read the second book, then the third book, and I just love the series. I love the author. She's really, really good, and she's also South African, so I love that. I love that for us. She's amazing. I read Taken by Sinner. This book is about Nicholas and Tess. It is an enemies to lovers. It is a step-sibling romance. Her mom is getting married to his dad. His dad is also part of the mafia, but he has taken over, Nicholas that is, and he's kind of like bossing her around. He's like, this is how we do it in the mafia world, like this is how you're supposed to represent yourself as part of the family. And she's like, ew, like I don't even know you like that, like this is not my vibe, and you're kind of cute but you kind of scare me as well. I like the relationship very much. Very cute. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. It's not one of my favorite books of the series, but I'm not actually sure. I feel like I liked it a lot when I was reading it, but now I'm thinking about it and I don't know. Like, but also the second book, I remember, like, it's not my typical book that I would love, but I loved it. So it's kind of confusing, but all the books are above 4.5 stars. I loved all of them. The second one is Owned by Sinner. This one is a workplace romance. Well, kind of. She gets a job at this corporate world. He is the Polish, is it the Polish mafia? No, is it? No, it's the Irish mafia. His name is Liam, and she gets this exciting job, you know. I like this book very much. It's just like, I remember loving it so much. I wanted to like buy the book, and I don't know, I just like this book, but I feel like when I talk about it, it's not really like the type of books that I would like, or it doesn't have the tropes that I would necessarily like, other than it being a mafia romance. But I did enjoy their dynamic, their love, their romance. And then I read the third book, Owned by Sinner. So she is a maid. She works for the Polish mafia, and they meet one day, and he's a bit rude to her, but you know, typical. It's not love at first sight. And then her boss is actually the hero's enemy, so he like sets out an attack on the guy's house, and he shoots her in the process. And instead of just letting her die like that, he's like, we need to get information about her, and we need to get information about him, because there's no way that I could just meet her at a grocery store and then the next day she's in this family, or she's working for this guy. It makes no sense. Call it a coincidence? I think not. He was just secretly in love with her, and yeah, I love the romance. It is, I don't know, I just wanted kind of more for her, you know what I mean? But I understand why the story was written the way it was. I don't mind it. I think a lot of people will love that, but I don't know. I think she was a bit of a badass as well. But I don't know if I just didn't like their vibes, or I don't know. It wasn't my favorite of the book. I gave it 3 stars, but I gave the first books, I think I gave both of the books 5 stars. So I really enjoyed it. And then I read Law by Gray Huffington. This is the second book in the Domino Effect series. So Law is a twin brother. So we have Law, and then we have Ledge. No, Ledge is the first book, then Law. Law is this heartbreaker. He's rude, he's mean, and he's just doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. She's literally like the other brother. What's his name? I'll put a picture there. It's off the lyrics video. It's Luca, Lyric, and Lakey. Yeah, he's like Lakey. Literally, Lakey and Law are like the same person. Literally the same person. So we have Clue. Is her name Clue or Chloe? Clue. She is an exotic dancer. I loved it. I thought it was my first time actually reading an exotic dancer in that perspective. Like, the writer really went through like her process of dancing, of figuring out choreography, of figuring out her outfits, and just like her mindset and how she views herself. she's like, I am your dream. Like, I am the person that you've been waiting for your entire life. And when she meets Law, she's very afraid. She's like, my heart, I'm scared. I've already had my heart broken one time. And she's just like, I'm never gonna fall in love again. I just want money. That's all she wants in life. She's like, I just want money. I don't care about nobody's feelings. I don't want to fall in love with anyone. And she's content. She's literally like, she's content. She's very, very happy just living her life. Then she meets Law and he's like, I want you. And she's like, no way. You can have my body, but you can't have anything else. And he's like, I want it all. And it is fireworks. And it's like, how can I say this without giving it off? Like, you know how people always say, wow, what a small world. It was already that. I was so surprised. I was like, what? Wait, like, it's literally like the invisible string theory. I love this book so much. I gave it 4 stars. It was amazing. Grey Huffington, like, oh, she's a star. Then the next book that I read, or I'm currently reading, but I'm almost like done. I'm flying through. Like, tonight I'm gonna be done reading this book. I'm flying through it. It's The Point of Exhale by Kimberly Brown. This book is what Demon's Dream wanted to be. Literally, it's what Demon's Dream wanted to be. It's the same concept, but it's just written so well. The only difference is the female character, she's a single mother. She's running away from her marriage, and the guy, the husband, he is, I mean, we all know what they do. Well, not they, but he does. He's emotionally, mentally, and physically abusive towards her. And so she's like, it's time for me to finally do it, to finally run away, because my children are at risk now. And so she runs off. I think she runs off to like Colombia or something. And yeah, she meets the guy, and he's already her Prince Charming, but she doesn't like him like that. But I mean, we all know where it's gonna lead to, and it's amazing. He like doesn't get along with her at first. He's like shouting at her the first time they meet, but he's like so nice to her kids. And she's like, this guy is insane. I think he's like bipolar, but I don't need this in my life. I'm just trying to take care of my kids. We barely have money. Like, we don't even know where we're gonna live. Like, it's just stressful for her, and he's just like the saving grace. And I just love this book. I adored it so much. And yeah, that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.